Good evening, welcome to Military Strategies. We're live now. December 25, 2025, Christmas Day. A day of hope, of dreams in the midst of the world and especially in Venezuela. Family, today we bring breaking news. A fleet heading south, heading to Orchila Island. And also live. Here at Military Strategies, we are going to look for Nicolas Maduro's ghost fleet of oil tankers. Also, Maduro's Christmas dinner, which could be the last one here live on Military Strategies. Family, your likes, your comments, thank you for being with us. Will Venezuela be free? Will strategies also be part of history? Let's begin.
Good evening, family. Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you so much for being live with us. I hope you all enjoyed it. I love this music. This music is just incredible. I hope you all enjoyed a very special night. I hope you enjoyed it. With your family, with your loved ones. These are delicate dates that are also very special for us, and being able to share them with you, who are our family, is super special for me. I couldn't let today go by without being with all of you, and also with Venezuela, with Israel, with the free world, with everything that's happening. Incredible, incredible what we're going to see tonight. Family, what do we have? A fleet heading south. The Iwo Jima, the ocean trader for special operations, and what appears to be two landing ships heading south. La Orchila. Around 4,000 troops could be heading south right now. We don't know where, and now we're going to see it. We're going to see it in satellite photos. But also, Nicolas Maduro currently has a liquidity problem. Record. The oil tankers are loading oil, but they can't leave. Donald Trump has given a very clear order for the next 2 months. And this, on one hand, we won't like it. On the other hand, it will seem to us that it's a bit disappointing, but be careful because there may be surprises. So family, I invite you to leave your likes, your comments. Tonight you stay with us. Live investigative programs here. In Military Strategies, we're going to have everything. So, congratulations. Sorry, my microphone cut out. Congratulations to the people of Honduras. Papi is now officially the president of Honduras. Nicolas Maduro's scheme is broken. Nicaragua's scheme is broken. Everyone's scheme is broken. Completely. Also, the fall of Honduras means, without a doubt, that there is a generational change, a tremendous change. Chile, Argentina, Peru, Ecuador. Honduras are joining in. There is a change. I don't know if it's a cycle, it's a change.
And
It's generational. I'm not sure what to call it, but it's clear. The right is growing, it's winning, it's changing. The scenario we've lived in so far, Panama as well. Donald Trump has given a very specific order. Pay attention to this and pay attention, subscribe. He has ordered that for the next 2 months, the Navy focus on the oil tankers. He wants to make a complete, total blockade of Venezuelan oil so that not a single barrel leaves, unless it's for the United States. Now, people might say Trump is only after the oil. Trump only has one interest. Trump has left us all stranded. Be careful, because maybe that's not where things are headed. The number of oil tankers there are right now, some loading fuel, that is, loading oil. In Jose, in Punta Cardon, in the refineries of Venezuela, is very large. If those ships don't leave there, it's a big problem for Nicolas Maduro's regime. If those ships do leave, we have money to pay for a military operation in Venezuela. Therefore, be careful. Trump is president of the United States, America first. That the war has to be paid for and that he knows how to do it. So, when we least expect it, the first one will drop when we least expect it. Really? Isn't it just bluffing every day? I want to show you a photo. A fleet of more than 6 ships heading south at this moment. And now we're going to geolocate it. We're going to search. We're going to make contact with it. There we see 5 circles in this case, although there's another trace that didn't appear in the photo, so there are 6. It's estimated that around 4,000 Marines. Heading south, we don't know if they're going to Trinidad and Tobago or if they're heading to the location. I've always said, and it's always caught my attention, I've always wanted to say La Orchila. And now let's get ready for today's program, because we're going to do things we haven't done until now. And today we are going to work with information practically in real time, so we can realize the magnitude of what is happening right now in Venezuela. Here we always like to go one step further, one step ahead. Every day more, every day with more complete information. But it's super important that you leave your likes, your comments, that you subscribe to the channel. It's super important to subscribe, so it doesn't get censored. They're trying to censor it. And also, I'm telling you that there's exactly 1 month left before something big, really big happens on military strategies. There were a lot of people who had been asking for it for a long time, and we have to do what the community says. In a month, you're going to have a surprise. I'm just leaving it out there, that's all. Let's also review the situation of Fly Raider. How are we doing? What's the situation? It's a holiday, don't expect a big turnout. It's December 25th. The United States is calm. Everything is calm, but be careful. That doesn't mean things can't happen. The Department of War works 365 days a year. The country's security doesn't stop because Santa is going around the houses of American children, handing out toys. It doesn't work like that, not at all. It works like this. Where is that fleet? The fleet we just saw, we just caught a glimpse of. Look at this position. We see it here. That is looking from north to south. Right along this vector, in this parameter we see here, in this area. That's where that fleet is currently located. Which is closest? It appears to be heading straight to La Orchila. We measure distances 170 kilometers. 170 kilometers. They are separated from a naval deployment force from one of the first targets that would have to come into play in a military operation against Venezuela. It could be a bluff. It could be a bluff, but it's a big bluff, a very big one. 170 kilometers to La Orchila. Strategic place, essential airstrip, capacity for permanent military deployment, good access and communication, capacity to set up anti-aircraft defense systems, and also set up radars to provide protection and security for the entire military deployment. In addition to electronic warfare gear, from this small mountain here in La Orchila, you can easily see the La Guaira coast. It's no joke. If the United States takes the step, if the United States decides to get fully involved with this story, Orchila will be one of the most important points, especially a structure that's there, this place we see. This place has been talked about continuously. It's said to be a communications and espionage center for Russia and China, especially for Russia. Russia had at some point planned to establish a permanent military base. Pay attention to this, a permanent one on the island. We can see that the house here, with its large pool and well-kept grounds, likely belongs to a local leader. Maybe the United States Marines will give us a picture soon inside one of these luxury houses. No one should be surprised. It's a restricted access island where very few people can go and many things happen there. It's a very important runway because from this runway you can project power towards Caracas. The Harriers, the F-35 could be there in a matter of minutes. In Caracas, also a landing force, a special operations force. The other day we saw how they were removing the serial numbers from the planes. They could also be launched from La Orchila. Can Nicolás Maduro defend La Orchila? We've said it many times, haven't we? His air force is limited. His naval combat capability is very limited. He couldn't do anything. Why could Trump also use it to put pressure on the image of Nicolás Maduro's regime? If taking an oil tanker drove them crazy, just imagine taking over an island. Seeing is believing, but it could happen. It could occur. Let's take a look at something. Let's totally change the map now. And we're going to go to a very different one. We haven't brought it out in a while. To this map that we're going to look at now. But it's very interesting. It's a map that allows us to see images in low resolution, but enough for us to imagine some things. Let's not miss any details with this. Let's see from Sentinel what the situation is like in La Orchila. Sorry, the images will take a while to load. They're loading little by little. They haven't fully loaded yet. Hey, I'm interested to see if they've evacuated the island, for example. Or if they have some kind of military ship detachment. I'm interested to see what's going on over there. Let's see. It seems that at the dock, which is this area right here, let's see if it loads. And let's see. The date of the image is from yesterday, the 24th. This image is recent. There is no ship from La Orchila. In the past, we've seen landings in this area here. But we don't see any ship. at this moment. There are no ships present. The detachment at La Orchila must be limited. There's an anti-aircraft system and radar here, so Venezuelan operators must be in the area. We don't see any aircraft. There are no aircraft deployed at the moment in La Orchila. It's a treat. This place is an absolute treat. If that fleet decides to head south towards them a few weeks ago at the beginning of the month in December, the cruiser launches missiles. Gettysburg was over there. It was circling around. It was so close that people in Orchila and Gran Roque could take a picture of the ship. So it's very likely that everything we've been seeing these days with the F-18 flights and all this story is very focused on preparing an operation. Over Orchila, I'll leave it here. And I'll say it here too, take Orchila. Is it going to release resources from Trinidad and Tobago? Trinidad and Tobago would move not to a leading role, but to a secondary role. And Nicolas Maduro could stop threatening Trinidad and Tobago, as he has been doing continuously up to now. The United States is using Trinidad and Tobago as a base for aircraft takeoff and maritime surveillance. Very important at the moment when the United States has a viable, sustainable, and secure military option. Closer or with more projection toward Caracas, Trinidad and Tobago will be left in the background. It doesn't mean it will be abandoned, but rather that the United States will be able to rely on other options for what is to come. But regarding oil matters, this is important. The Bella one has gone to the Atlantic. They've been tracking it to make sure it leaves. They didn't want to seize it. They saw that maybe there wasn't a legal basis under those conditions to seize that ship in the middle of the sea. Iran has taken a tanker with 4 billion liters of fuel. But of course, we don't know that. How far is it going to go? Batman 91. This one we see here, which is now heading to Panama, just returned from a marine patrol at sea, identifying boats belonging to the Gulf cartel to be sunk. We're seeing this happen live. How is that aircraft arriving? We have to think of something. There's a lot of radio silence, and it's been several days since we've seen the F-18S. That's important because we have officially stopped seeing exercises. If the United States isn't conducting them now or isn't showing them, it's because they want calm, radio silence. Let Maduro get complacent and now you'll see. How did that happen? Let's move on to oil. It's a fascinating topic. The damage it's causing him, without a doubt, to Venezuela. We leave Orchila behind. Will we go there on vacation someday? I certainly hope so. When this becomes a reality, let's go to Jose's area. Cargo Terminal. I want to show you this. It's a recent image from yesterday, December 24th. It's incredible. Look at the number of oil tankers waiting. The United States is leaving. It's insane. It's insane. Right now, there's one loading. At this moment, in fact, I'm going to look for it. Please keep posting your comments in the chat because now we're going to look for them and we'll have your comments live, your reactions. It's something outstanding. I really mean it. The problem they've gotten Mr. Nicolas Maduro into is crazy. That one you're seeing there is called Balsa. It's a Panamanian flagged ship. And we're going to check if it has sanctions, although at this point the United States doesn't really care. Let's check. Let's see if the oil tanker Balsa has sanctions. Let's see. I repeat, the United States no longer cares. Balsa. This oil tanker that's loading there appears in the so-called Dark Fleet, which operates with Venezuelan crude, and there are indications of sanction risk, although there's no confirmation. That is, if Balsa finishes loading. Let's see the size of this oil tanker when it finishes loading. This 241-meter tanker. Its cargo? If it goes to sea, they'll take it. Why did the United States try with the Bella one? I believe, and I keep insisting on this, I have the feeling that the United States knows, is aware, or suspects that there was something suspicious about that ship. And they didn't want it to unload in Venezuela. If they hadn't waited, they would have followed a 333-meter-long ship fully loaded, another 2 million barrels heading to Texas, which is exactly where the Centuries is going. Now, it's already in the Dominican area, but look here. All this area, the number of oil tankers here that right now can't move, that can't work. Gigantic oil tankers that are currently trapped in limbo, not knowing what to do. Not knowing what to do, some of them have their systems turned off. Notice that not all the oil tankers there have their identification systems activated. You're going to see it here. Allow me, I'm going to switch one image for another and you'll notice. Officially, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Supposedly, some of them should be loading here. Jose progress, but he's not there, so he's not there anymore. The satellite image from yesterday shows he's no longer there. If we go north, a little further up to the loading area, we do find Balsa. This one right here. We see Balsa here. If we move to the right, a ship should appear. This is super interesting. Premier, the ship, the Premier oil tanker, which is indeed sanctioned, doesn't show up there. It's not there. Where could it be? Well, look, all the oil tankers that are here and that officially don't show up. In the official navigation system, which they have to have activated to be located, they're hiding. They're hiding. They don't want anyone to know where they are down here. For example, in this image we see here, we see a kind of speedboat. We're going to see it now. When the satellite image loads, I apologize for the speed. It's out of our control. It's a server that a lot of people are using. This could be a military ship to provide security for these vessels. The question is clear. I think everyone. Well, look around here. All the mess with the oil tankers, the people who lived here. The area of El Puerto, La Cruz, in the Barcelona area, in Lecheria, all this area. Please send us photographs of the coast because it must be quite a sight. Seeing so many oil tankers together is absolutely crazy. Not even close, not even close. This appears in the official marine traffic image. Look, here we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oil tankers, and officially there are 2 inside here. Officially, there are only 22. Don't ask me why or how. But we're not official, right? Declared. We also see that there are speedboats or fast boats moving near the area of the oil tankers. These that we see here, those small white trails, we see them around here. They're moving all the time. Are they providing security or are they giving some kind of support to those types of ships? We can see it from here. How are we doing? I think for now it's amazing to see the reality of the damage. What is the United States of America doing to Nicolas Maduro, to Nicolas Maduro's economy? And what's happening right now, it's amazing. It's truly crazy to be able to see this live. Now we're going to go to the Maracaibo area. We're going over there to the Gulf of Venezuela. And we're going to keep seeing things because it's super interesting. Officially, Venezuela says that everything is fine, total calm, that no one here should worry, that no one is going to surrender. I think that more than 2 months with a situation like this, with a real blockade, I mean, a serious blockade. I think they're going to have a hard time. I get the feeling that they're going to have a hard time. A really hard time. Let's go again. We're leaving this area. Quite a few clouds. Venezuela? Caracas. Soon over there. Let's go. Let's go again. Here. Surely the image we have is a little older because satellites don't pass over this same strip of land every day. It takes a few days for them to update. So let's try to see the most recent image we have of this area, or at least the one that comes closest to the area in question. While we wait for the satellite image we're looking for to arrive. Now let's go to this one that loads much faster and let's see the official situation. In the Gulf of Coro, in the Gulf of Venezuela, the ships are moving right along the coast. Check this out, this oil tanker we're looking at right now. The ARCO, let's check if the ARCO has any kind of sanction. Check this out. How do people from Venezuela move around? You have to be amazed by this story. When you see an oil tanker so close to the coast, look here. How is it going to move? In a single day at full speed. Skirting the coast? So you don't go out to sea. It's the only way they have to transport products from one refinery to another. Well, now you're going to be surprised. Officially take a look at the situation. It seems that this place is full of ships, right? There are a lot of oil tankers. Some are even loading oil. Somewhere at some point they're around here. Well, let's see the reality now. Image from December 17th. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. Look at the number of oil tankers there are. It's a very, very big economic loss for Nicolas Maduro. There are companies that have already canceled contracts that have said they won't work in Venezuela. We see again the security boats, these small ones that go back and forth between the oil tankers. Then we see much smaller ships in this area, service ships, I imagine. But it's a real odyssey. Both in the lower area of Punta Cardon and in the upper area, where there are also a lot of ships. Notice how many oil tankers are here. They're all trapped and can't leave. Only Chevron employees, the company's sole oil buyers in Venezuela, are leaving. And Venezuela sells to them, that also needs to be said. Venezuela sells to them, even though they complain so much. Some are a real treat like this one. I don't know what it is, so let's try to identify it. It's just that not all of them are connected. Not all of them are connected. Look, this could be one of these. It could be Antalya. It could be Jocelyn. Or Saltier. Any of these, it could be. Just pay attention. There are many more than the ones that appear officially. Many more, at least 30 more ships than the ones that are officially identified. They could also be waiting for bad weather or for some opportunity to get out, to get away from there, to escape somehow and break out of the blockade. Although I personally think it's going to be difficult for them. The United States is on this issue 24 hours a day right now, and they're not going to let them get out. Maduro has a problem because he's going to run out of liquidity that he needs. And if there's no money, there's no cartel. Understood, thank you. Nearly everyone here has sanctions, but it's more than just having sanctions now. Subscribe.
Esté cargado hasta arriba, se lo van a llevar.
That's why they don't want to leave there. The area around Lake Maracaibo, how is it there? Let's take a look. Lake Maracaibo area, let's look for it around here. There are a few charging points. In fact, the other day, Tiansi, one of the oil tankers that caused a lot of commotion in the community, was charging over there. For now. Look, what's the situation? There are oil tankers that are not officially on the radar. Notice we're seeing 1, 2, 3. At least, not counting the ones that might be higher up. And officially on the radar, only 1 or 2 show up. 2, 3 oil tankers. And they're not together, and those over there, the ones we were looking at a moment ago, are together. So Maduro's trying to deceive. Play the game of I hide to see if I can go unnoticed and they don't notice. It's complicated since the United States must think carefully. If from now on it's going to keep hijacking ships on the high seas, or if it's going to hijack them in Venezuelan waters. And it's possible that the next step will be to hijack the ships in Venezuelan waters to ensure full coverage. Legally, the operation. But let's see what Nicolas Maduro has been doing. Last night he went crazy. Literally, he went crazy. He was with Salida Miraflores. They threw a lavish banquet. He put on his luxury watch. And honestly, I think he really thinks he's going to survive. He's going to survive. That's what he believes.
And welcome to our very, very special guests who have come from all the communities, from all the great missions, to your home, the Miraflores Presidential Palace, the house of peace and happiness for the whole community at Christmas. Very happy that we are here. Once again, that you have accepted this invitation to our grandfathers and grandmothers of the Great Mission, grandfathers and grandmothers.
It stands out here because we have to understand that the people he has invited are very select people from the regime. It's a very top-level meeting with very top-level people. They haven't brought... Look at this image. If we analyze this profile we see people from the military world, from the army, we see VIPs, we see media outlets. A private event in Miraflores, this is no longer about mingling with the people, but rather about mingling with the people who have money in the country. And I suppose that within the scene, during dinner, or at some point, they must have had deep conversations, very deep ones.
My fellow members of the grassroots committees, good birth of Jesus in that humble good manger.
Are you going to see something here that I had time to see a little? The role of the church? About how they make up Nicolas Maduro? Get ready for the makeup that the Catholic Church is going to give Nicolas Maduro. And this doesn't put the Vatican in a good light. I'm really sorry, but not like this.
Jesus came to set the example. God didn't send his son to a palace. Among luxury and riches? No. God sent his son to save us in the humblest manger there could be. He was born pursued by Herod. But Herod, with all the power he had, couldn't find him.
Let's hope he doesn't mention the Spanish Empire now like he did last night.
And then he grew up, and once he was ready, he went out to bring the good news. It's Jesus born in Bethlehem. It's Jesus of Nazareth.
It's incredible when Nicolas Maduro starts talking about all the religious stuff. When have we seen the issue of prisons and everything we saw yesterday? By the way, I know that a lot of people haven't seen the show we did yesterday about Nicolas Maduro's prisons. You have to watch it. I'm serious. It's really worth watching to understand the magnitude of what's happening. Venezuela, what's happening there? Don't miss the program before this one because it's amazing. There was a moment when Maduro brought out there, we're not going to see what he needs. Let's look for it over here. Here it is. This is what I say, that the Catholic Church should distance itself from these kinds of people who do nothing to help the image of Catholicism. At this moment. I know this is a sensitive topic. I don't want to stir things up. There are 17,000 people here with us. Well, no, 18,000 people right now. I don't want to offend anyone in any way. Faith is something very personal. It's something that each person has to have. But an official institution like the Catholic Church, for millions of Catholics around the world, must be careful with this. Not only them, there are also evangelical congregations that also meet with Nicolas Maduro and laugh at his jokes. We all know the reality of this. Human beings are human and make mistakes. And some don't just make mistakes, some are just corrupt. Plain and simple. Literally. But the situation you're about to see now is something out of the ordinary. That's not right. They start dancing and laughing.
Our evangelical church, Father Numa, our pastor of our evangelical church, DAM.
They have taken a pastor from an evangelical church and a pastor and a Catholic priest,
so that they can share just moments before midnight, so late at night they can share their prayer, their reflection, and ask for blessings. Father Numa, please.
Good evening, people of Venezuela. All of us here are gathered as a family because that's what we are, the Venezuelan family. And today around the manger, today we gather around the figure of a child whose symbol, huh? They're diapers. When the angels speak to the shepherds, they tell them go, because on the outskirts of Bethlehem there is a child lying in a manger and he has diapers. I mean,
There's something, I'm being very serious, okay? Please, let this be very clear. Not all evangelicals are like that, and not all Catholics are like that, okay? The number of families right now with prisoners, political prisoners, missing people, victims of Nicolas Maduro's dictatorship. And then a priest stands there to speak. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. Diapers are what Nicolas Maduro needs when Donald Trump starts turning on the fan.
the diaper is the symbol of the Redeemer, of the one who comes to be with us. It's the simple thing. It's God entering humanity from below, not from above, as you just said, Mr. President. He didn't come from a palace. It's on the outskirts, because there was no room for him in the city. By the way,
Here they've put Nicolas Maduro hanging there. He's a butterfly, a big butterfly, this. You know, I have to apologize. There are some cultural things. As a good Galician, I'm an uncultured Spaniard, but they've put a butterfly there on Nicolas Maduro's chest. He's a big butterfly.
on the outskirts, because there was no space for him in the city. And it's from there, from where he redeems us and from where he makes himself present. First of all, to the most humble, to the shepherds, who were the first?
There she is, and there's Vladimir Padrino. They look better today. You can tell they're more rested. They've said, well, they're not going to attack us at Christmas, and it's likely they won't attack us at New Year's either. They're a little calmer now, but only until the 22nd or 23rd. They were having trouble sleeping.
The birth witnesses. Some shepherds, they were the lowest class in that society. Because a shepherd, well, he didn't know anything about liturgy, didn't know anything about religion, didn't know how to go to the temple. And it's the little shepherds who are the first to arrive there, with the little they had to get through the night, with the few cheeses they had. And the little they had, they brought to share with the child. So today what I want is to ask,
I should ask, I haven't heard it. I should ask for the political prisoners to be released so they can be with their families. And that Nicolas Maduro leaves, that's what I should ask for.
to ask that God of life who comes to bring us peace, because he is the King of peace, right? He lived his life as a symbol of peace through the roads of Galilee, through the roads of Judea. Was he?
All that's left is for the priest to claim Jesus was Palestinian, if they say that.
The Palestinian?
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I swear I really haven't listened to it. I promise you, really, I never listen to this. Sometimes I do listen to it to prepare a little, when it's very long. I just said now, the only thing left is for me to say that he's Palestinian. A second later, Palestinian. That. Either I know the speech or something seems off here. Really? I'm serious. I haven't heard it before. I'm listening with you guys. I like to react to this live, otherwise it's no fun. Listen to it again.
Through the roads of Galilee, through the roads of Judea, it was the Palestinian who walked everywhere bringing peace.
The mother who gave birth to him? The mother who gave birth to him. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Between the priest we have at home with the church full of tunnels underneath and Father Venezuela, I think the end of the world is near. It's just that this is unbelievable, but let's see. To be a priest, you have to study theology and you have to study history. How can you say that Jesus was Palestinian? For crying out loud, he was Jewish. He went to the synagogue, he was circumcised, he was Jewish, Islam didn't exist. But sure, whatever. But where did they find these people?
De-
Seriously, for real. Today, Ariel Konieski wrote to me and said, "Brother, how could you call me at midnight to ask me about genetics? About Jesus? What's going on with you, brother?" I said, "Ariel, listen to me. There's a whole fuss going on with people saying that Jesus is Palestinian. And now even the priest is saying he's Palestinian. What's going on here?" Ravi, Jesus. Some called him Ravi. I remember this, you know. I studied it. I studied it.
He sensed it, and that's how he lived it. He understood that his Father was sending him for that. That's why today I would like to ask for Venezuela, for each home and for each heart. Because if we can talk about the phenomenology of peace, peace begins from the inside out, and first we have to have peace in our hearts. Those who sow war do so because they don't have peace in their hearts, so right? They love violence. We choose peace and we ask that humble child from the manger.
I'm starting to get scared. Listen to me. We're listening to the Catholic. Wait until the supposed one comes. I'm already putting out suppositions here, okay? Huh? Evangelical? Wait and see, okay? By the way, a hug to the whole evangelical community, okay? Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you so much for your prayers these days. As you know, I'm not in good health. Thank you so much, really. Thank you all for your expressions of affection. To everyone who is sending me emails and who is very worried about my health, don't worry, okay? There are strategies for a long time. I'm tough, okay? I'm tough. I'm not Palestinian. It's obvious that I don't identify as having been born in the Palestinian land, supposedly, but relax. There are strategies for a long time. Just hearing the other one scares me while I'm living this one.
Now that child who is there with his mom and dad, with Maria and Jose, may he bless all the homes of Venezuela, all the families of Venezuela. And today, let's see.
Jose was not a father by blood, Jose. I'm getting lost. Hey, these religions are too complicated for me.
And always there is never a lack of bread on the poor man's table, and may the word of God never be missing.
How can he say there should always be bread for the poor when in wealthy Venezuela there's nothing to eat?
Prayer is so important that we keep getting stronger, that this Christmas fills us with a lot of love and tenderness, something we Venezuelans know a lot about. The nativity scene is a symbol of tenderness.
I think the church forgets that communists aren't exactly fond of the church. People like Stalin and others were burning churches during the Spanish Civil War, burning churches, saints, and anything that had a crucifix. It catches my attention how things evolve. It really catches my attention. I don't know. You already know that I don't like to get into theological debates because that's not my area. Mine is military matters. But this is just common sense. Giancarla, thank you so much for that Merry Christmas, dear. Take good care of yourself too, my friend. Take care, Gilios. Hopefully soon. Young people deserve a real future. I hid the valuable info and the direct greeting from this one. Moana, Galicia. Good place, but bundle up because it's very cold there. Chapella. Adman Kiri Una, thank you for your valuable insights and strategy analysis. Blessings and thanks. Honestly, this isn't it either, but I'll be sincere. I appreciate the super chat. But analyzing this isn't really complicated either. Here we're looking at a person who knows if I don't even know anymore if he belongs to the church to get himself into these messes, like he usually does. I know there was The head of the church in Venezuela until recently, I don't know if they've changed him. He had serious issues with Diosdado Cabello. They actually wanted to remove him. Elisa. They banned taking photos of oil tankers in military or strategic areas for people caught taking photos. They put them in jail, it's true, between 20 and 30 years in prison. Good thing this strategy. I'm here with the satellite down. I look at the photo. We compare the photo of the oil tanker with the one from the satellite, and we say, this is this Maduro. That we are far away, but our eyes are close. Although be careful, because Nicolas Maduro has given orders to the violent. Carco, I think that's his name, or Granco. This guy from the Special Forces. Are they going to hunt us down outside of Venezuela? Are they going to start sending a horde to hunt us? Well then, welcome. I'm a man of love and peace. Can you take both things at the same time, but in a deeper sense? I pray for your speedy recovery. Thank you, Raquel from Journey, Merry Christmas, Strategy. Thank you for all the time you invest in these programs. Excellent content. You are always in my prayers. Sometimes I'm very tired, that's true. Sometimes I'm exhausted, but I find strength there. It's where there is none. Yesterday I was dead. Yesterday I was on painkillers. I was on everything. I looked like Nicolas Maduro. The STEAM podcast, greetings teachers from Puerto Rico. Thanks for keeping us informed. Maduro infiltrated Puerto Rico's press, but no one mentions it. Thank you very much. I send you my regards. And hey, sorry about the other day. It was a misunderstanding. But we've already cleared it up in private, and that's it. Thank you so much, my friend. Of course, when there's money, you can infiltrate many things. You can infiltrate the church, an evangelical community, a television channel, some journalists, some United States congressmen. You can do a lot of things. Marcella, thank you so much for that super chat. Marvin, thank you so much as well. Marvin is here with us. We're speaking on your behalf. Strategies? Greetings from Puerto Rico. Thanks so much, Emilio. I really appreciate you taking the time for me. Please pray for people who are having a hard time. Me, thank God I'm alive, knock on wood. There are people who are worse off than me. Ask for others first before asking for me. But thank you for keeping me in your thoughts too. Thank you so much, Juan Manuel memberships. 20 memberships from Juan Manuel. Thank you so much, Juan Manuel. We're starting with the memberships. Thank you so much, Angel. Over here, Maduro uses religion to bring people together. Yes, it's clear, Angel. In countries like Venezuela, the religious and spiritual phenomenon. Also in Venezuela, which is experiencing a huge boom. The evangelical community is really taking off. Maduro has to look for support there by any means. And he tries to give them nods one after another. Don't be surprised if he starts building things, right? In X, the United States seized the B-1 oil after many days of pursuing the ship. I went to the bathroom. Let's see if we have breaking news. Let's go look for some coconut. Candle 1.
Oh.
I want to see it. Please, if you see the news, tag me on Twitter so I can check the source a bit, see where the story's going, and understand what's happening right now. For now, I don't know anything. Don't know anything.
Let's see what's going on over there. Vela 1. Breaking news.
Pay attention to this. Satellite and flight data show that combat helicopters and AC-130J aircraft are being deployed at the Roswell Air Base. Rhodes FIBA, along with the F-35S, placing a package of unmatched combat power 600 miles from Caracas. Things are building up there. A lot of things are building up right now in FIBA. I keep insisting, be careful because people are losing their excitement and enthusiasm. But be careful because when this blows up, you're going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. I still don't know anything about Vela One if it's been taken, right? I can't see everything right now since I'm live. And that no. I can't have everything. It's been said that the United States doesn't have enough resources. To board the ship, it makes me laugh. They've said that the Coast Guard doesn't have enough resources to board a ship. We're talking about the fact that the largest military fleet right now is out in the Caribbean Sea. And someone wrote on Twitter that they don't have enough resources, and everyone repeats it like parrots. Gentlemen, let's use some common sense, please. They could invade right now, I don't know. Any country with what they have. Except for China, and maybe even better. Well, the thing is, Russia is in bad shape right now, but with the firepower they have there at the moment. Nothing escapes unless they allow it. Larios, thank you very much, Larios, okay? Lock Sky 5 memberships, thank you so much, okay? Kuralava, thank you so much for that donation, Daphne, thank you. Strategy, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, take care, we need you. Eventually, we'll celebrate the fall of these ultra-dictators. That's clear. Luis, I'm not in a hurry. Well, maybe I am. Because there are people who are unfortunately suffering while these idiots are here kissing Nicolas Maduro's ass. Well, let's continue.
Because what's more tender than a child in diapers and in a manger? May God bless us and may God continue to be with us.
That's exactly right. He who is filled with peace in his heart and love is capable of doing as much as our Lord Jesus Christ did. To be born in a manger and die tortured and crucified by the powerful of that time and then rise again.
He's a guy who tortures people. I mean, we've already seen prisons. Oh, and there are already final convictions that he's a torturer. And this guy is here talking.
No.
It makes your stomach turn, especially with Nicolas Maduro right now. How far does the world have to go with these kinds of people?
Entonces,
He has no limits. Here, they tell you a story. And then he goes around acting like a good guy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm being honest. I'm amazed by what Nicolas Maduro says and talks about. Sometimes...
To be here with us now, always among us, let's listen to the words, the reflection, and the beautiful message from Pastor Dan, please.
Thank you very much.
President, watch out. Pastor Dan is coming. Is he the one from Heidi and the Sheep? Excuse me, I'm not getting involved because this guy is evangelical. 0-0.
I send my regards to the whole team, the First Lady, all the ministers.
First Lady.
Vice President. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share on this beautiful and wonderful night. A short but thoughtful message for our beloved people who love peace. Venezuela is a country of peace. President, and it says in Isaiah chapter 9,
And for me, when they start with chapter this or chapter that, I don't really know. You have a guy next to you who's a dictator? Tell him directly and say, free your people. Look at this guy. He likes mentioning chapters. Pharaoh, free my people. Let them go, because if you don't, a great plague will fall upon you and your people.
A passage here from the Bible, Isaiah chapter 9, says from verse 6, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government. And peace will have no end upon the throne of David and over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and righteousness from now on and forever." Amen. Amen here.
Amen.
If I may, a brief reflection, President. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as Father Numbaka said, was born in a manger, but he was born in a manger. And speaking a little about the framework and the context.
Well, Maduro came from Cuba.
Actually, this Jesus was being persecuted by Herod. I mean,
Mature Herodes.
not known in our culture as the wise men. They had been observing the star of Jesus' birth. And when they arrive in Jerusalem at that time, King Herod was there, and he asks, "What are you here to do?" "We came to worship a king of peace," and he began thinking about that. He sent them and said, "When you find out where the child was born, let me know." But King Herod had different plans. He wanted to kill the child destined to bring peace to the world, because peace always
Is giving it. Listen, the shepherd is sharing ideas with the... To Maduro, huh? Maduro asks, "Do I have to do the same? When there's a dissident, tell me where he is, and I'll go and finish him off myself. I mean, when the liberator of Venezuela comes, tell me where he is, and I'll finish him off myself." This is a real disgrace. It's a real disgrace. It's the most catastrophic thing I've seen socially in modern history. I'm ashamed because our ancestors, whom we all share, Spanish, indigenous, we've all mixed together. We've left that great cultural and historical legacy in the hands of people like this. What's so shocking?
Will she be persecuted? There are detractors of peace, those who don't want it, those who don't long for it. Venezuela is a country of peace. President, you have said our nation belongs to Jesus Christ, the Son of God. This country belongs to Jesus, and today we celebrate his birth. President, we bless Venezuela. God bless it.
Amen, 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 so be it. And if Herod couldn't defeat baby Jesus, and the empire couldn't break him with torture and crucifixion?
No. This, enough. No. Nicholas, you can't use religion to compare it to your situation. This is disgusting already. This is disgusting, huh? Now he's saying Donald Trump is Herod? Give me a break.
He rose and is among us and told us, "Don't look among the dead for the one who lives. He is alive, he is here, alive today, he is alive." If Herod couldn't do it yesterday, today's Herod won't be able to defeat Venezuela, because Venezuela...
Well, this is a real lack of respect. This is a real lack of respect to compare, huh? Oh my, this is already out of control, huh? She's out of control with this guy, with what he's saying. I mean, comparing Trump to Herod? And then Marco Rubio, who's the Baptist? Or what's going on here? I'll keep this and think before saying something stupid. I'm gonna say something really stupid. Is he comparing himself to Jesus? Nicolas Maduro. He said it the other day, and I've been saying it. And do you sometimes take it as a joke when I say Maduro? He thinks he's the reincarnation of Bolivar, Chavez, and Jesus all at the same time.
We'll always triumph through the path of peace. May God grant victory to peace, to life, and to prosperity. And I say to you at this special time, Merry Christmas to all of Venezuela. May gifts, hugs, and life flourish. May music inspire dreams, and may the halakas be served. Congratulations.
Nicolas Maduro has a problem. I'm gonna say it. Donald Trump is very religious. The current Republican administration in the United States, President of the United States, is very religious. Marco Rubio is very religious. Juris Dr. Baines, I won't even get started on him. What he just did is get himself into a huge problem. I don't know how much longer they're going to put up with him. But this is the same guy who later goes with him. He has a shaman, just so you know. Nicolas Maduro has witches with him, shamans who do black magic. Just so you know. Nothing. Now a little bit of music. Does he really just compare himself to some kind of prophet or messiah so casually? But what has Maduro accomplished? Look, Simón Bolívar faced Spanish armies. He won battles. All right, I'll admit, a great general. I'll give you that. The others you mention are military generals, but Maduro, who is Maduro? Well, and here's the priest stuffing himself with food. While in Venezuela, people have to look through garbage bins. This looks really bad, huh? This makes the church look terrible. Are you blaming me? Sometimes with strategies, you put Nicolas Maduro in this too much. You have to see it. You have to understand it. Maduro, the Palestinian. Well, I've been here every day sending us propaganda videos that look like they're coming from a spaceship in costume. It's just amazing. This whole thing is amazing. Betty the Ugly is also out there. Maduro's son is out there too, Maduro, and they're all there. Yeah, go ahead and laugh, but when things start, you won't be laughing. You guys, as always, glued to your cell phones. Everyone, because it could happen at any moment. And look at them. Look at how they're all with their cell phones. They can't even eat. My godfather says eat. Stop messing around and eat. Just look at the scene. Larez, his brother, and another person all look at their phones as Vladimir Padrino says, "Gentlemen, please start eating." They have to live with a phone, always thinking about when they're going to get attacked. Let me tell you, people who mess with faith often don't fare well. They usually don't end up very well. I don't see a very religious guy, with 3 divorces and several known affairs. Trump is a scoundrel. Look, I'm not Pablo. I'm going to tell you something. I think we share some principles. God will judge each one of us. Each one of us. With our mistakes, with our successes, and also, God has something that makes us all greater, which is that He knows how to forgive. If Donald Trump, with his mistakes and his successes, has asked for forgiveness and repents, he is a repentant person. He can make mistakes, but you can't present yourself like Nicolas Maduro. Having a banquet right now with a table full of food while your people are starving and political prisoners are being tortured in dungeons, that's what you can't do. It's incredible. The guy is really something. Let's see if we can get something else out of this. Look at him. Look at the priest stuffing himself with food and the pastor. Here, make sure there's plenty of food. Eat a lot. The The fuller the belly, the better. This is incredible. This is incredible. These guys are also there, wondering what the story is.
Yeah.
It's a country that needs a general restructuring, but at every level. It's much more complex than we think. This thing you wrote to me on Twitter, right? That there's a 100-day plan ready. Guys, this is more than 100 days. This is more than 100 days. Hey, it's not bad to get divorced. It's better to get divorced than to end up in a toxic relationship. But that's not really a topic for this channel, right? It's better to divorce than live unhappily. As long as I do things right. Look at how the tables are full. Nothing like the banquet he's set up with people around.
Ore.
May the Lord protect you from all evil in Texas. They're such miserable, unscrupulous people. Why would it surprise us? Also, yes, we can't really be surprised by this story. It's not a big deal. And what catches my attention with all the people this guy has in front of him is that he sits there with Betty, the ugly one and the other one. It's an incredible thing. Paranormal effect, huh? And the priest there too, looking at his phone, talking to the other one, eating, sending messages back and forth. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a mafia. It's a mafia. It's a mafia. And they have everything bought. They have the church. They have the evangelical communities. They have everything. He has corrupted the country. What Nicolas Maduro has done is significant. Let's see. Okay. Get ready now. I've already seen this advertised somewhere. I've seen this advertised before. Get ready. There are 18,000 of us here. We're missing likes, please. We need more likes. Pay attention to what you're about to see. Pay attention to what you're about to see. Total chaos. A hit is coming. Get ready. Nicolas Maduro already buzzed and excited. But what is this? But what is this? But what is this? I don't understand anything, huh? But what is he doing? What is he doing? A rap. What is he doing?
What is he doing?
But are you guys seeing this? But this is real. This isn't artificial intelligence, right?
My Isla is leaving.
But even Betty, the ugly one, is holding her head in disbelief.
Yeah. Come on.
Bye, Trump. Are you done with this already, Donald?
Hey, let my tooth sing, let it dance.
No, I don't understand it.
Let my tooth sing, let it dance, let it dance.
It's like North Korea, but in a Latin way. I mean, because, of course, the Korean is chubby. Kim Jong-un, or whatever his name is, just doesn't have what we Latinos have, right? They're, hot-blooded style. The guy is like an iceberg. But this... Let's see if he'll bring out Zelita.
Zilita!
People must be laughing. The Cubans must be laughing at the monkey. Well, and here we have her. To Android. To Android, who later sends us videos, she's totally out of it. She records a video saying, no, no. If planes arrive in Venezuela, look, a plane from the United States just arrived bringing illegal immigrants. To Android, what an Android, wow. There are some real characters in that regime. It's there, yes, like good communists, eating and drinking well. Very good, of course. The issue is, some people die there due to lack of antibiotics. I think this is a done deal. I don't know. How do you all see it? But I think this is settled. But anyway. Wait, this is the first part that we haven't seen. Because, of course, I went straight for it, like sharks to blood. I went for the blood. This is the entrance. It's like at the Oscars. They roll out a red carpet for you. It's the tackiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look, look, look. The fashion show. Everyone arriving here? The rich Venezuelans. Oh. It's just that this isn't. It's just that the honor guard, it's just brutal. All right, fine, we'll let it go. Yep. Full protocol, huh? Careful with this. Careful. Look at those over there by the door. Cubans, those over there. The ones carrying the briefcases. Those Cubans? I imagine Maduro coming out that door, and from what we've seen, Vladimir Padrino there greeting everyone. Oh. She's silly, greeting me. Hi, Mom, hi. What's wrong with her? Yeah, don't worry. And in a couple of months or weeks or days, you'll see where you'll be saying hello. It's the most surreal thing. We can look at the face of the protocol lady, right? Look wide. This has already changed. This is already turning into a strategy. Pink sauce, total gossip. Look at the face of the little owl. Look. He says, oh my goodness, how ridiculous. Oh. One of them even comes with his motorcycle helmet on. Look, this guy's he's wearing his helmet. Just in case there's a bombing. Look at him. It can't be. I can't believe it. Look at him there with the motorcycle helmet and the Palestinian keffiyeh. And this one. But he can't button up his shirt. The button. Or is the shirt missing a button? Let's see. This, there. This is already going for blood. I'm already going in with the axe. Let's see. Look at her shirt. Besides, it's about to burst. Is it missing a button? Just stretch, right? No matter how much you stretch, your shirt isn't going to get any bigger. You're not going to do anything to me? Damn her mother. I can't believe it. For what she's lacking in a shirt, she sure makes up for it with those pants.
Oh my God!
I can't believe it. They said there was free food. Where is it? Over there? That's where I'm headed.
Oh God.
But what kind of time are we having on December 25, 2025 in military strategies? This is wild. There's another with a helmet. This one is ready for a bombing. This one's ready for a perfect Christmas dinner. What's wrong? There's the proof that Jesus was Palestinian. There he is arriving, already wearing the Palestinian scarf. There, let's see. And these, look at it. This is Gizbola's. This is definitely Gizbola's. He sneaked it in there already. It's great to see this, huh? It's amazing to see that story. The ones in the tracksuits did really well. We're missing, of course. These are the ones from the groups. We still need to get in. Picture strategies infiltrating Maduro's Christmas dinner. By the way, today while talking with my brother, with Ariel, I said, hey man, we have to release the hit already. The hit we have. This is serious. We have a hit. In Jerusalem, recorded strategies getting into hostile territory. I'm not going to say I went in, not much or little. I think I went in. To the foundation of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. And also, well, some things happened there. I'm not going to tell you anything about it anytime soon. In military strategies, full infiltration, right? Look, others with helmets. These guys know they're about to get bombed soon. The people from the collectives are invited. All these people are invited. Another Hezbollah member. There he is. Come on. Let's see the one with the Dior bag. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What is this? No, it's not the same for me. It's just that the guests... Vladimir Padrino. This one is carrying the bag to sell the Coca-Colas. The belt bag, not the shoulder bag. Let's see. There are some who wear suits that are spectacular. Well, here comes the head of security, the Cuban. The Cuban is coming. There he is. There's the head of security. That's him. This one, this one, this one, this one. This is him, right? This is the one who calls the shots. There he is. That's the one who calls the shots. As you can see, the dinner and a Mexican Air Force plane. Calm down. Please listen to me. Don't flood the chat with information. I'm really asking you. We're handling another issue. They won't attack now. Calm down. Let's review what you're saying. A Mexican Air Force plane. Forget it. Relax, because it's probably just a plane that's there. There's a plane with a transponder error. And sometimes it jumps. It looks like it's Mexican, but it's not Mexican. So relax. Are you here creating an alarm that will make Vladimir Padrino run out? Now that you're all there at the Christmas dinner, just imagine. Well, there are some topics here that catch your attention. As you can see, the table is well set, but there's no food. It's like walking into a banquet and there's, I don't know, almonds, nuts, ham, maybe some seafood, you know, something to snack on, but here nothing, just napkins and water. They're still arriving. Someone even brought a backpack in case there's food left. Yeah. This reminds me of some places where when there's a banquet, people bring bags to take home the leftover food.
Let's see. Here it is.
Ma'am, what slipped in? What slipped in? Let's see. I think one slipped in, huh? It's great seeing the entrance here in Miraflores. Of course, these are all the regime's leeches. Realize how many people Maria, Corina, and Edmundo will have to fire. I mean, end their contracts. Look, just passing by quickly like this. This is out of control, huh? This is really out of control. This guy comes with the jacket from when Pablo Escobar used to walk the streets of Colombia. Looks like he's dressed as Pablo Escobar. This guy... Oh my God. And the son in his fully zipped bomber jacket. What a sight. There are all kinds of characters.
Okay.
There are all sorts of characters around.
Yeah.
It's a gold mine, huh? Events like this are great for content.
Yeah.
Let's see, but how many people can fit in there? They'll say there's not enough food for everyone. Anyway, can you see it now? The jet set of Venezuela?
Wala.
A super entertaining thing. All of these are the ones with private jets. The ones who go. Look, this one already comes with the horns from home, already comes with the horns on. She's good, well equipped. And this, let's see, goodbye. But what is this? It's very colorful people, huh? There are very colorful people. Then Vladimir enters and says, that's enough. Come on, Vladimir.
Yeah.
Vladimir, who says, oh my goodness. Tavares was there, General Tavares too. We saw him. Wait, there are still more people. Vladimir Padrino is bored and says, that's enough. Hey, they spend half an hour getting in. Ha, look, the one from the spaceship is around here, huh? Let's see. Jeez. But come on. It's too much, huh? It's too much. How can they be so calm knowing what's coming for them? And this one, has she brought a basket? Oh my God. Hey, let me tell you something. At least they've eaten. You know what I mean? Are there others who haven't eaten? There are in Venezuela, but Venezuelans see this, and it has to make them feel something. Watching these clowns while they're starving to death, it's terrible. Family is abominable. Abominable. Anyway. What can I say? This is terrible. This gets worse every day. The situation worsens. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. This has to end. This has to end, and it has to end as soon as possible. Family, see you later if you want. It's still early, 8:47. We're live in Spain discussing military strategies. Thank you very much for being with us. See you in the next show. Let's see what else we bring. After seeing this, the bar's been set too high. See you in the next show. Greetings, family.